Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing another quick weekly recap of MMO news and analysis for the week ending June 19th. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at has to do with Fallen Earth. And the news is that Fallen Earth struck a deal with Gamers First to go free to play. The game's original development team will still stay intact, while the game will be hosted on Gamers First. For those that haven't heard of Fallen Earth in the past, it's a 3D, post-apocalyptic sci-fi themed MMORPG, which originally launched as a pay-to-play MMORPG but is now going free to play. Unfortunately, no date has been set for the transition to free-to-play though, but we can expect that to happen later this year. And as always, it is awesome to see another pay-to-play MMORPG go free-to-play. The next bit of news, guys, comes on June 13th, and the news is actually another good piece of news: Wizardry Online to come to North America. Wizardry Online will be a new 3D fantasy free-to-play MMORPG published by GamePot, the publisher of Mirror 2 and previously Bright Shadow. Now, GamePot has announced that the game will be launching in Japan later this year and will come to North America and Europe in 2012, so it's still a bit away. The game is based on the Wizardry RPG titles. Wizardry Online will offer Dungeons & Dragons style gameplay and will include groups, player versus player, complex dungeons, and more interestingly, permanent death. So that sounds cool right away. Permadeath in an MMORPG. And guys, the CGI video you're seeing right now is actually the game's E3 2011 trailer. It doesn't really show any gameplay this time, but you saw gameplay in the last clip anyway. The next bit of news, guys, comes on June 14th, 2011. The news is that a new character joins Minifighter Online. And Minifighter Online has added a new character, Tom, the Muay Thai Master. And I definitely said that wrong. Muay Thai. And if you haven't heard of Minifighter Online, the game is a 2D side-scrolling fighting MMO, but with some MMORPG components. The next bit of news, guys, comes on June 14th, 2011. The news is that Alliance of Valiant Arms joined Steam. And actually, AvA is not the only free-to-play game that went on Steam. Games like Forsaken World, Global Agenda, and a few other free-to-play games have been added to Steam. These are really the first free-to-play MMOs and MMORPGs to be put on Steam, and that's kind of cool. And having these games on Steam will hopefully boost their player bases, because that will always be better. I should point out though, oddly enough, you can't log into AvA or these other free-to-play games on Steam using your Steam info. You still need to have an EG or Perfect World account to actually log in. Up next, guys, actually a bit of sad news, and the news is that Fist of Fu will be shutting down. And if you haven't heard of Fist of Fu, it's a 2D side-scrolling action MMORPG published by Outspark. The game will be shutting its servers down on June 13th, which is about a month from this video. Now, no reason has been provided for the game shutdown, but it's pretty obvious the game couldn't gain the traction that Outspark wanted to. Now, this is no big deal because players who like Fist of Fu can still play Elsword, which is a very similar game. I mean, a lot of people say that Fist of Fu copied Elsword, so you still have Elsword to play, as well as Grand Chase. I mean, they're both 2D side-scrolling action MMORPGs with a similar art style. It's worth mentioning the game isn't completely dead because Outspark said they're working with the game's developer to migrate the game's database to another publisher, so the game may still be around and your characters may still be saved. Next up, guys, on June 16th, 2011, Runes of Magic launches Chapter 4, Lands of Despair. The expansion allows players to choose a third class for free and raise the level cap to 67. New content includes 4 new regions, over 300 new quests, 2 new instances, a new public encounter, and new server-wide battlefields. Mount and pet storage in the game has also grown, also new runes have also been added. Next up, guys, Tales of Fantasy launches a new expansion. And if you haven't heard of Tales of Fantasy, guys, it's a 3D fantasy MMORPG published by IGG. A new scale update for the game called Veil of Darkness is now live. The update raised the level cap to 60, the refining cap to plus 12, and introduces 2 new instances, Ghost Tomb and Serpent Shrine, a new hero class set, several new weapons, 2 new bosses, brand new skills, 5 new maps, and a bunch of other things to the game, including new monsters, new quests, and more. Graphically speaking, Tales of Fantasy is probably one of the best looking games on IGG, graphically wise at least. And the update does add a ton of new stuff to the game if you want to check it out. Next up, guys, Vindictus Carrick arrives and tokens leave. Vindictus' latest update is now live, adding a new character and removing the old token system from the game. Carrick, the newest character to join the team, uses a pillar to fight enemies. How boss is that? To celebrate the launch of the new character, all players have an additional character slot available to them on their accounts. As mentioned earlier, the old token system has been removed, which removes all restrictions on game time for players. And if you're curious, the update went live on June 14th, 2011. Well, guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for upcoming games, we got nothing. But as for games recently launched, we have Eden Eternal, which went into open beta on June 16th, 2011. And with the launch of the game's open beta, the level cap has been boosted from 40 to 50. 2 new classes have also been added to the game, Shaman and Blade Dancer, and 6 new dungeons to complement the new level increase. For those that haven't heard of Eden Eternal, it's a game by X Legend Entertainment, the same company behind Grand Fantasia and Kitsu Saga. Game has really crisp graphics and it's definitely worth checking out. The next and last game that launched this week is actually called Lucent Heart, and the game went into open beta on June 16th, 2011. And look how epic this video is, this trailer for the game. Now, the game's actual open beta is only live to old beta players. The game's open beta will begin on June 21st, 2011. So either way, the game is just about launched. And since the game is open beta, there will be no more wipes in the game. Expect the first look for the game coming soon. And anyway, guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending June 19th, 2011. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about any of the news mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. If you want to discuss anything in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway, guys, this is Omer, signing off.